guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to share with you things that don't impress me anymore as a minimalist. These are things that I used to desire and want very badly in my life, but ever since becoming more minimal, those things aren't so significant anymore because there's so much more value to life than just material items. If you are new here, welcome. I make videos all about minimalism and simple living every single week. So if that sounds interesting to you, hit that subscribe button down below so we can hang out every single week. So the first thing that doesn't impress me anymore after becoming more minimal are name brands. So back when I was younger, like in high school and college, I would really care about name brands, and that's all I really wanted. I thought that they were just so luxurious and that people thought you were cool if you had this certain name brand, whether it was like Gucci or Ray-Bans or Louis Vuittons, you know, those just big name brands that a lot of people like to have. I was a person that would just look at those people and be like, I want what they have. I want that bag. I want those shoes. I want that belt. I just want everything name brand related, and even though I could never afford it, nor did I buy any of those things, it was something that I really desired and told myself that in the future when I had a stable job that I would purchase a nice bag for myself, some nice jeans or belt or whatever it may be. Nowadays I think they're great and all, but still not something that I desire as much as I did when I was younger. I'm not gonna go and purchase a $2,000 bag just because I like it or I see other people wearing it. So that's just something that has changed over the past couple of years after becoming more minimal. If in the future for some reason I want to buy something that is a name brand, I will definitely seek a consignment shop or online consignment shop and just purchase it through there. That way I'm not purchasing something full price and also end up saving a little bit more money. The next thing that doesn't impress me anymore are fancy jewelry or expensive jewelry. So again, back in my high school, early college ages, I used to just love fancy, expensive jewelry. I would see them in magazines and on TV shows and movies and models, and I'd be like, that is so beautiful. That's something that I really want for myself, and I don't want like the cheap ones. I want like the real legit diamonds and big gaudy necklaces and rings. And now that I look back at it, I'm just like, I don't find that very appealing anymore. Now I'm more of a person that likes little dainty jewelry, like kind of like this, what I wear in my videos, and that's my style now. But I do want to share a quick little story because I'm actually wearing a fake Cartier bracelet. So if you guys know what these bracelets are, these are basically these gold bracelets with little diamonds in the middle that go around the whole bracelet, and they go for literally thousands of dollars. So once again, my high school me, college me was always watching YouTubers, and I would just watch videos about their flashy jewelry and their expensive jewelry that they owned, and even just like my favorite actresses would wear this exact same bracelet, except this one's fake. But this bracelet is what basically a lot of celebrities like to wear, a lot of YouTubers that I used to watch, and I was just like, I just want that bracelet. Everybody has it. I want it. Even though it's thousands of dollars, I just want that bracelet. Why? I don't know, because now I can't really think of a good reason why I wanted a $5,000–$10,000 bracelet. But back then it was definitely something that I really wanted. So one day I remember I came across some Instagram ad or something, and they were advertising a fake Cartier bracelet, and I was like, this legit looks exactly like the real thing, and nobody's going to notice that it's fake. I paid 25 bucks for this one, much more reasonable than thousands of dollars, and I went ahead and purchased it, and I still have it till this day, just as a reminder that name brands don't matter or expensive jewelry doesn't really matter, because once I made this purchase of this bracelet and wore it, my life didn't change. Nobody looked at me differently. No one was impressed. I mean, I did have one friend that noticed, and she was like, is that real? And then I was like, no. And that just proved like you can't even tell if it's real or fake, so why does it even matter anyway, right? So anyway, that's my quick little story about my fake Cartier bracelet, which I still have, and there's actually a missing little diamond piece right here, but I thought about decluttering this because I don't really wear it, but like I said, I like to look back at it and think about like how I used to care so much about name brands and expensive jewelry, but that doesn't mean anything to me anymore because I'd rather spend that $5,000 on like a trip to Bora Bora or something. I don't know. The next thing that doesn't impress me anymore is the price of a car. So, I mean, I still like to look at Lamborghinis and Ferraris, Mercedes. I think those are all very nice cars when I see them out as they drive by. But back when I was younger, I was like, that's definitely like what I'm aiming for in my life. The one day where I can afford to buy a Lamborghini and drive it around. But now that I think back at it, I'm just like, why would I want to spend millions of dollars on a car? You know, maybe I can kind of understand if it's a home, but a car just takes you to and from places, and I don't really need to be spending millions of dollars on a car. I bought a Honda Civic last year, and that's perfectly fine. I have settled with my Honda Civic. I think it's a great car, and it does the job. It takes me to and from places, and I love it. So old me would have been like, I need to have a Lamborghini or a Ferrari in my life because it's so flashy. I want to show it off to people, but like now I know that no one really cares, and I'd rather be spending that money a different way. Even if I had all that money to spend on a nice car like that, I don't think I would, because there's so many other uses that you can use your money for, and I don't think I would want to spend it on a car. The next thing that does not impress me anymore are big homes. So when I was younger, I would just want to have a home with like 6, 8 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and a pool and a yard, and basically a mansion, I guess. I would always like to look in magazines and look at celebrities' homes, or watch like, what is it, MTV Cribs? I used to watch that show all the time and just look at these people's houses, and I was just like, that is what I would love to have one day. Just a big home, a big yard, a pool, an indoor swimming pool, a large kitchen with like 2 refrigerators. But I think it's funny how my whole mindset has changed, because now when I think about getting a large home, all I can think about is that is a lot of bathrooms and rooms to clean. And who wants to clean that many rooms and bathrooms all the time? Like, I can't even imagine trying to maintain a tidy home when you have such a big home. So definitely now I do not want a big home. I like my 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom apartment, and I mean, it just works for me right now. But even if I do have a family one day, I don't think having a home with like 6 bedrooms is necessary. The next thing that doesn't impress me anymore is having a lot of money in my bank account. So again, when I was younger and I wanted my big house and my 5 fancy cars, I just wanted so much money that I could spend it on stuff. And obviously after becoming more minimal, that's kind of like the opposite. You don't want to accumulate more stuff. So now my mindset is completely different, and I'm glad that I don't have hundreds and thousands of dollars to spend on stuff that I don't need, because I can't imagine having that life right now, especially after becoming more minimal and realizing that there's no value in stuff. I'd rather have money to travel and spend on experiences, but I used to want to have a lot of money just so I could have more stuff. And that's definitely something that, again, just doesn't impress me anymore. It's not appealing to me anymore. I'm pretty content with what I have, and I don't need to go out and buy stuff that I don't need or that's not going to bring me value to my life. Technology also doesn't impress me anymore. Again, I used to want to have the latest technology, whatever new gadget or toy, whatever was out, I just would want to have it. And obviously when something new comes out like that, it's coming with a very high price tag, and I was never one to have the latest technology, but it was something that I really wanted as well. I don't really know much about technology, but one example that I can remember is that I used to always want to have the latest iPhone model that was out. Obviously an iPhone model comes out like every year or 2 or something like that, and I don't know, I can't keep up anymore. But I remember that's something that I really wanted. I just like, I need to have the latest one. Everybody has one, all my friends have one. And now it's funny because this is my iPhone and it's the 6S. So this one is like 5 years old now. I don't know, it's very old, and we're obviously at like iPhone 10XR or whatever. Clearly I don't know technology, but that's just something that I used to want and desire as well. And like now that I look back at it, I'm just like, why would I want to spend so much money just to have the latest technology, the latest phone? Like, what is that going to do for me? How is that going to benefit my life? What is that going to bring to me? Clearly I don't care anymore because I've had the same phone for like 5 years and it's pretty much outdated. Probably one of the oldest models that you can still use till this day, so I'm gonna have to upgrade soon, but I'm definitely not gonna upgrade to like the latest model that is out there right now. So yeah, technology is just something that I just don't really care about anymore. And the last thing that doesn't impress me anymore is not material, but it is people's social media accounts. So I used to actually want an iPhone because I wanted to get Instagram. So before, I can't remember what phone I had before my iPhone, but I remember wanting an iPhone just so I could have Instagram because I was hearing about it and people talking about it and I was like, this sounds cool, I want Instagram. And I mean, I've been on Instagram for literally since it came out. And just like I'm sure with you and everybody else that's watching this, Instagram, you can get really sucked into it and it can just bring false perceptions of someone's life. So what you see on somebody's Instagram is definitely not how their real life is. People just show what is the good in their life and don't really show the bad sides. And it's just, I used to look at people's accounts and just envy their lives and wish that I was doing what they were doing and going to the places they were going. And it's just something that I've learned over the past few years, that what you see on social media, whether Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, whatever app it is, people's lives aren't perfect. Nobody's lives are perfect, and what you see is definitely not what is really going on in their lives. A lot of people don't really show the bad side, and I never thought about it that way until one day I finally realized like their lives are not real. Like, this is not real. And once I came to that conclusion, that's when I started to unfollow certain accounts that were living those lifestyles that made me feel like I should be doing that, but I couldn't, you know? So what I did was I just unfollowed a bunch of accounts because they were kind of affecting my mental health, and it was just not very good to constantly see on my feed. So now I basically follow accounts that bring me joy and value, and friends and family, of course, and that's pretty much it. So those are all the things that do not impress me anymore after becoming more minimal. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments below if you can relate to any of these. I would love to know. Please don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It helps me out and my channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.